Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
There will be an ad at the end of this video. Now, the letter E, sent me a note and said, Steve, check out this story. And I went and checked it out. And you have to remember that we haven't always had cameras going at all times recording everything in our lives. And nowadays it seems that they're everywhere. Everything gets caught on camera. And sometimes that's good. I remember hearing stories in the old days where friends of mine who had trouble with the police would say, you wouldn't believe what this cop did. And of course, cop says, no, that's not what happened. And how would you prove otherwise? Who are you going to believe? The cop or the ne'er-do-well kid? Well, good thing here we've got video of this, because otherwise it might sound a bit unbelievable. This is from the DesertSun.com. Sam Morgan wrote it. Riverside sheriff investigating incident that led to arrest depicted in viral video. Ooh, a viral video. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office is investigating the circumstances that led to the arrest of a French Valley woman in the early hours of July 4th. Now, of course, the story happened a while back. The video got posted later, and of course, the story then started gaining traction on the internet. But the arrest is bizarre. You can watch the video and you'll see for yourself that this is what happened. So the arrest is the subject of a video containing profanity, just to let you know, circulating online showing a deputy refusing to leave a woman's residence despite her requests. According to the video, and again, you can watch with your own eyes. You don't need to hear someone describe it to you and tell you what's happening. It's all pretty straightforward. A minor answered the door after the deputy rang the bell. So what happens is, it's late at night, early in the morning, take your pick. It's dark out. Deputy walks up, rings the bell, and then walks around, and he's standing further back from the door. And I believe it's being caught on a Ring camera or equivalent. But a security camera, there's no question, there's a video camera outside the door that shows the guy ringing the doorbell and then walking away from the door. Okay? So then somebody opened the door and then closed it. There's no question that's what happened. Okay? Then the deputy went and opened the door and let himself in. Apparently, once the door has been opened, even if it's been closed, he's got the right to go in, apparently. The video then shows the deputy arguing with a woman identified by the sheriff's office as a 44-year-old woman who was then arrested. But first, she tells the deputy if he does not have a warrant, she'll speak to him outside. She did not say, get out of my house, I'm going to close the door. She said, get out of my house and I'll talk to you outside. She kept stressing, I will talk to you, but outside. And behind her is apparently at least one child, maybe two, and I think even a dog. The deputy, standing just inside the door's threshold, tells the woman he's not going to leave the house. He then asserts his right to be inside by pointing off screen and saying, they opened the door and ran from me. Now, here's the thing. They opened the door and they closed the door. He came up and reopened the door. Once somebody opens the door, that's not an invitation to come in, especially if they close the door. And second of all, someone running from you inside their own home is not a problem. I've got the right to run around inside my own house like I'm a madman if I want to. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. If a police officer rolls up on a scene, a crime has been committed and people start running, well, that should arouse some suspicion. But someone running after somebody's rung their doorbell at 2:30 in the morning and they're running inside their own home, that's not a problem. But he goes, they opened the door and ran from me. But here is the kicker. He says, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. I own your house right now. Now, it's comical, but it's crazy. And again, they do train these people, don't they? And so when I first read the story, my first thought was, okay, somebody misheard something. There's no way the guy said that. No, that's exactly what he said verbatim. Now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. So he's basically saying either, literally, he owns the house. We know that's not true. Or he can do anything he wants in there right now because he's inside the house, which likewise is not true. So I don't see any construction of that sentence that is actually correct. But he did say it, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. So the woman points at the deputy, and then he grabbed her and pulls her onto the front porch and then puts her in handcuffs. The sheriff's department says she was ultimately booked into the detention center for resisting arrest and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Now, it doesn't seem that the original reason that the deputy was there was somebody had called in a noise complaint. It's unclear what the noise was because none of the footage has any inordinate noise on it. But also understand that before she pointed at him and after he'd stepped in the house, she told him more than once, "Step outside and I'll talk to you out there." And when he refused to move, she asked him, "Do you have a warrant?" And she also said, "Get a supervisor." And at one point, he leans down and he's talking into a microphone down here, apparently. And she leans in so that she can be a microphone too and says, "Send a supervisor." So what she's doing is not beyond the pale, okay? So it appears from the video that the woman did not touch the deputy throughout the confrontation and that the deputy initiated contact. Now, he's going to say, well, she leaned towards me. Dude, you were in her house. And I understand he's wearing a badge and a gun and a uniform. I understand that. I completely understand that. But you have to understand that there are some things that you shouldn't do even when so equipped. And one of them is you shouldn't go inside someone's house at 2:30 in the morning when you've not been invited in and start arguing with them about whether or not you should leave or whether you own the house. That's a serious problem. So the woman's arraignment was scheduled recently, but as of this past weekend, no update on her pleas had been posted on the Riverside County Superior Court website. The video generated about 10,000 views on YouTube, but I'm sure it's way beyond that now. Many commenters questioned the deputy's conduct. With some calling for his firing, others advocating for criminal charges to be brought against him. At the very least, training, maybe? Explain to the new recruits how property laws work. And when you step into somebody's house, you don't own it. And by the way, when somebody closes the door in your face and you don't have a warrant and there aren't exigent circumstances, stay outside the house. I can tell you right now, I know some people who would look forward to a situation like this, and it wouldn't have ended this way. But that's another story altogether. The incident occurred about 2:41 in the morning. A neighbor had called in a noise complaint, but it's unclear exactly, was it music or screaming, yelling, or who knows? So the sheriff's office put out a statement that said, this incident occurred over a month before being posted to social media and only days before the arraignment of the individual arrested for delaying and obstructing an investigation and contributing to the delinquency of minors. So they're basically saying, look, this is old news. This all happened a long time ago. The only reason people are upset is because of social media. Well, no. See, people think like, hey, you shoot a video and you put it on the internet, and if it gets onto the YouTube, it'll become a viral sensation, and you'll make billions of dollars. No, when you put a video up on YouTube, it's got to be interesting. It's got to get people's attention. And to go viral, it's got to get people's attention to the point where they go, oh my gosh, my friends need to see this. Other people need to see this. Holy, have you seen this video? Now, I know people who try to make videos that do that. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they fail. It's difficult to go out and conjure up something that'll just go viral. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Okay? Look at me. I've got thousands of videos on YouTube, and how many have gone viral? But here, the guy says this incident occurred over a month before being posted to social media. So what? If it had been posted earlier, it would have gone even more viral earlier, okay? The fact that he said, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. That's going to become a meme. I'm surprised people haven't already made up memes of a sheriff standing in your living room going, I own your house. Could someone please do that? Please, thank you. All body-worn camera footage has been obtained, and the sheriff's office says it will conduct a thorough investigation to determine if discipline is warranted. If discipline. Here's the problem. If you're in a position of power, you're a sheriff, I don't know, a mayor, chief of police, and you got people working for you, and they screw up really, really bad to the point where there's a viral video that people are now going to start mocking you over regarding the whole police department. And you've got one of your underlings saying, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. You don't need to, let's gather up all the body-worn footage and interview a bunch of people and compare notes. And we'll have a meeting a week from next Thursday and possibly some deliberations a week after that. No, just watch the video. It's already on YouTube. It's already on YouTube. You can confirm that's not doctored or something, but it shouldn't take you months to figure this out. This happened in the early hours of July 4th. So again, I'm a busy man, but August, September, I'm guessing that it's been 2 months now. Did it take 2 months for them to obtain the body-worn camera footage? I can't imagine it takes 2 months to pull the footage from your own people's body cameras. Right? It doesn't take 2 months. Does it take you 2 months to watch 15, 20 minutes of video, assuming you watch the stuff before and after? No. So why are we dragging our feet? Well, you're dragging your feet hoping something else becomes viral now to make people forget about this. It's all it can be. And when you watch the video, assuming that you can process stuff like a normal person, you're going to watch it and go, oh, this guy was out of line. The door opened and it closed. He stepped through the closed door. Oh, that's a problem. And then when asked to leave repeatedly by the homeowner who said, I will speak to you on the front porch, he said, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now, and he refused to leave. And she asked him repeatedly, do you have a warrant? And presumably by his answers, we have to guess that he did not. So that's a problem. So he did grab her and pulled her onto the front porch, which is where she wanted to go, but then he handcuffed her and charged her with a resisting arrest and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. And many people point out the interesting concept that the police can try to handcuff you for no reason or the wrong reason, and if you put up any fight at all, they will then say, well, you've been arrested for resisting arrest. And the logical question is, wait, you were arresting me for resisting arrest? Can you actually begin the transaction that way? Because doesn't it normally go that you go to arrest somebody for something, they resist that arrest, and then that charge gets dumped on top? That's how it should be. Now, I do notice that they did say at one point here it was resisting arrest, and then at another point it was obstructing an investigation. So let's suppose that delaying and obstructing is what they're talking about, not resisting. Okay, let's go with that. Guy steps into her house without being invited. She says, step out on the porch and I'll talk to you all you want. He says, no, I want to talk to you right here. I was invited in. Now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. When she says, step outside and I will talk to you, that would appear to be that she's cooperating with him, or she's offering to cooperate with him. I think most people who watch this transaction go down are going to go, who's reasonable here? A police officer, a sheriff's deputy, or the woman who got arrested? Who is being more reasonable here? And I've mentioned this before. I've tried cases in front of juries. I have likewise taught the class called trial practice. And I assure you that one thing that juries love is video. They love video. So you can imagine if the plaintiff gets up in a wrongful arrest lawsuit, for instance, and says, this is what happened to me. Horrible, horrible things happened to me, and I will testify to them. Other side gets up and says, no, it's not what happened at all. The exact opposite happened. In fact, they caused all their own harm. In fact, they should have been arrested for something else, but we let them off easy. They got no leg to stand on, and it's going to be our word against hers. Now, it's possible you could get a jury of people who don't like cops, but you have a better issue when you can say, oh, by the way, plaintiff's going to get on the stand and testify as to what happened. Defense is going to get up and explain their version of what happened. And as plaintiff's attorney, I'm going to suggest something to you right now. This entire thing was caught on videotape, on cameras, worn by a variety of different people who all videoed it in real time. You're going to get to see exactly what happened. So don't get me wrong. When these people testify, witnesses testify, listen to them. But all I'm going to ask you to really do is reserve judgment until you see it with your own eyes. And use your own eyes and your own judgment and see who you think should win this case. And yes, I said videotape. I know there's not tape inside of a video camera these days, but hey, you understood. So there you go. Crazy story. The police officer stepped into their home and said, now that I'm inside your house, I own your house right now. Profound misunderstanding of the law and of how property law works too. Not just criminal law, property law. So E, thanks for sending it. Riverside Sheriff investigating incident led to arrest depicted in viral video. Sam Morgan wrote that for thedesertsun.com. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye. I told you there'd be an ad at the end of the video, and here we are. We're talking about Factor, the food delivery service. I love my Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. Our team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only ingredients with integrity to help you feel your best all day long. This is the demonstration I like to show you because down in the corner is a video of me getting my Factor box. They deliver it right to my porch, okay? I bring it aside, put it on the counter, slice it open. From the moment the camera starts rolling till I'm pulling my food out of the oven, 2 minutes and 42 seconds, I think. And 2 minutes of that is the cook time. 2 minutes, but 2 minutes and 42 seconds after I got the box on my counter, I'm eating. And you can't beat that. And the thing is, if you look at what you do in your day, right, time is the one thing we wish we had more of. And you only get so much time in a day. So how do you get more time? And one way is to do things more efficiently. And so eating is one of those things that in the past I used to skip meals, or I'd eat on the run, or I'd eat bad meals, fast food, things like that. Here they deliver the meals directly to you and they're good. And so if you wanted to recreate these meals on your own, hypothetically, you might be able to. Go to the store, buy a whole bunch of ingredients, bring them home, make a gigantic mess, prepare the meal, eat the meal, and clean up the mess. And by the time you're done, where'd your day go? And so I've often thought to myself, I've got more important things to do and better things to do with my time than to prepare exotic meals for myself, which, by the way, I've never really done because I knew I couldn't do it. There's a skill set there I don't have. And so I'm one of these guys, I come along. If somebody else can do the work for me, especially if they can do it better than I can do it, knock yourself out. I'll let you do that. So that's what Factor does for you. So Factor takes the stress out of the meal planning, but it also saves you so much time. You don't have to go to the store to buy the stuff. You don't have to look up recipes, and all of this stuff is put together by chefs and dietitians. So it's good tasting and it's good for you. It's great stuff. I love my Factor meals. Absolutely love my Factor meals. So keep in mind that you can get a deal on this. Head to factor75.com or click the link below. Use the code LEHTOSLAW50 to get 50% off your first Factor box, 20% off your next month of orders. That's the code LEHTOSLAW50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. So that's huge. That's huge. But also, really, if you think about this, there have been times in my past where I fell into a rut. And so I discovered that, you know something, I'm busy this week, I'll just have this meal. Next day, I'm busy this week, I'll have the same meal I had yesterday. I've gone weeks where I had the exact same lunch every single day. I'm not proud, I'll tell you this. And so, you know, this is how you get the variety, but it's a good variety. It's amazing. And so the chef-prepared meals are on the table in 2 minutes. 2 minutes with Factor's ready-to-eat meals so you can get back to soaking in whatever you want to do outside, whatever stuff you want to do, better uses of your time than meal prep. Yes, yes. So I have here the meals I got in the box you saw me unboxing on camera there. So here are the variety of meals I got. And by the way, I just say, just send me the assortment because the assortment always works out. And the peanut Buddha bowl, sun-dried tomato chicken, black pepper and sage pork chop, Monterey spinach chicken, ground beef and thyme cottage pie, and Indian butter tofu, lentils, and rice. And so those are all the meals that I got out of that box, and they're all great. And the variety, again, is something that is impressive. The meals are good, and these are the kind of things it would never occur to me. Go, hey, Steve, you know something? Have you ever thought about, I don't know, making yourself some Monterey spinach chicken? Sounds good. Could I actually put that together and go get the ingredients and bring it back and make it? You know, I probably could if I want to dedicate a few hours of my life to it and making a gigantic mess in my kitchen. I don't want to do that. I haven't got the time for that. I haven't got the time. So the key here is that they take all of that hassle out of it and they just deliver it to you in a perfect package. Like I said, slice the box open, yank the meals out, throw it in the microwave while you're putting the other ones away. First meal cooks, and you're done. And 2 minutes later, you're eating. You can't beat that. It's the kind of thing I never thought would have been possible. It's kind of like, you know, promises we made back in the day of what our future would be like. Flying cars and jetpacks. No. But meals in 2 minutes that are fabulous. Yes. So I love Factor. I really do. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code LEHTO'sLaw50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code LEHTO'sLaw50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. There you go. I love my Factor. Questions or comments, put them below. Otherwise, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. We can fix this, but you're going to need a butter knife, a roll of duct tape, and a car battery.